Hello, my name is Tammy August. Welcome to this video on a subject matter that is near my heart, dyslexia. This will be the first of four segments, and today's lesson will be entitled Living Through the Lens of Dyslexia, the introduction. Someone may be wondering, what exactly is dyslexia? That's a great question. Dyslexia is a syndrome of multiple varied reading and non reading symptoms that has affected over 40 million adults and children. Although dyslexia is a result of a neurological difference, it is not an intellectual disability. Dyslexia occurs at all levels of intelligence: above average, average, and below average. Researching this, I found out that dyslexia is also defined as a learning disorder that affects one's ability to read, write, hear, see, and speak. Although dyslexics are challenged, they are often intelligent and hardworking. Dyslexics also experience a delay in speech. Oftentimes, I found in my experience, the delay in speech is because you're trying to form the sentence in your head correctly so it can come out of your mouth correctly. As a dyslexic, the transmission from brain through the mouth is a challenge within itself. So dyslexics often delay before they speak, or pause or hesitate before they speak, if they speak at all. Dyslexics have issues recalling or naming letters, numbers, or colors. Dyslexics have trouble with learning new tasks, misunderstanding clear and concise information. A dyslexic can be at the table with other individuals that are not challenged in that area, and information can be dispersed, and the dyslexic will have trouble with clear instructions. I've been in environments all the time and have been given information, and people just like get it, and I'm sitting there struggling trying to get it. Often misunderstand clear information. Dyslexics are procrastinators, and dyslexics often are avoiders. They like to avoid being in the forefront, avoid speaking up, avoid talking, avoid being asked to do anything that requires reading or speaking. Dyslexics often confuse opposites like up and down, in and out, backwards, forwards, left, and right. Some of you may have children, young children that have not entered school yet. So I wanted to give some signs of dyslexia in children that have not entered school. 5 early signs are difficulty rhyming, like nursery rhymes, words that rhyme, like cat, hat, sat, that. A child with dyslexia will have difficulties doing that. Difficulty remembering names, difficulty decoding words, difficulty differentiating left and right, difficulty telling time. Children with dyslexia often have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem because you're often overwhelmed with all of the information that you're required to retain, that you're challenged to retain. So low self-esteem is a big issue in dyslexics. Um, Dyslexics, these are signs before entering school. Learning new words is difficult. Like you may be teaching a child the name of a toy and they can't remember it, or they get the toys' names confused. Problem forming words correctly, such as reversing sounds in words. Problems remembering uh, letters, uh, capital letters and lowercase, all of that. And lastly, difficulty in playing rhyming games. Some symptoms for school age uh, children: reading well below the expected level for that age, problems processing and understanding what he or she hears, difficulty finding the right word or forming answers to questions, problems remembering the sequence of things, difficulty seeing and occasionally hearing similarities and differences in letters and words, the inability to sound out the pronunciation of an unfamiliar word, difficulty spelling, spending an unusually long time completing tasks that involve reading or writing. Signs of dyslexia in teens and adults are similar to those in children. Some common signs include difficulty reading, uh, including and especially reading out loud, slow and labor intensive reading and writing, spending an unusually long time completing tasks that involve reading or writing. As an adult, I am still challenged as a dyslexic in writing, whether it's putting pen to paper, or if it's composing a text, or if it's sending an email. Something that's so simple to an individual that is not dyslexic will take me a minimum of 30 minutes. I can be in the process of sending just or replying to a text, and it takes me forever because you have to make sure that everything is translated properly, that your subject and your verbs agree, and that letters and numbers are not transposed. And you have, for me, I proofread and proofread and proofread before I send it. So still as an adult, it takes me a long time to put pen to paper to write something. Difficulty summarizing a story. I can hear all of the facts, and to summarize it though, to put it all together and say this is what that story was about. This is what that book was about. Uh, this is what the summary of information is a challenge. Trouble learning a foreign language. Um, Also, for me, I have trouble understanding heavy accents, um, like a Jamaican accent or an English accent. Anybody that speaks in an accent, I have a challenge with those as well. Difficulty with memory. Oh my goodness. Just trying to do memory work is is a huge challenge for an adult that's challenged with dyslexia. And then inconsistent in performance. Some days you have good days where your cylinders are clicking, and you're doing things with a breeze, especially things that are repetitive, things that you do over and over and over again. That's uh, you have days where you're just excelling in those areas, or when something is introduced new to your routine, then you dyslexic will oftentimes have challenges with incorporating new factors or new information, new responsibilities and duties to a routine. So there's inconsistency in performance when things aren't in a routine for a dyslexic. When I started my academic career, my parents put me into Mrs. Baker's preschool. Um, this was a school that was known throughout the city I was from to produce geniuses. And so I'm so grateful that my parents uh, did not allow me to go to Head Start, but went the extra mile and sacrificed and paid for me to go to private preschool. And so Mrs. Baker was elderly African American woman that was stern, that was strong and super smart. And she had the ability to teach to the student. She could see everyone's challenges, everyone's strengths, everyone's weaknesses, and she produced scholars. I started when I was 4 years old, going to Mrs. Baker, and um, from the day I got there, it was my normal to go and get in a corner and not to interact with the other students because I was just overwhelmed with learning. And so she wouldn't allow me to get in the corner. She made sure that I would get in a group. And even in groups, she would show me and teach me how to do what I needed to do and to be successful. Uh, I just remember her taking me literally by the hand and teaching me, drawing letters, drawing numbers, making the sounds in my ear, allowing me to see her mouth widely, uh, dictating and pronouncing letters and numbers and colors and everything. At the age of 4, she had done such an amazing job with me. I was reading on a first, second, and third grade level over the local radio station in our city for like, I believe, 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I was her star reader. She saw my challenge and she taught me how to do the things that were so difficult to do. She was, is, and will forever be my hero. She gave me a foundation at 4 years old that allowed me to excel from the first through the sixth grade on the honor roll. And all of the foundation that she gave me at that early age were the building blocks to give me the greatest amount of success. So there may be someone on this video, watching this video, and you know people in your life, whether they're children or teenagers or adults that have dyslexia. I want to encourage you to, first of all, to be compassionate and to be understanding and to realize that those individuals are not stupid, which most people are assumed to be, but that person has a unique challenge, but they can learn if they have someone in their life that will take the time to teach them properly. I'm finding out that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I believe that as you watch this video, as your fingers led you to this place, God is giving each of us the strength to be able to do those things that are the most difficult. And we can do anything through him. He is our source and our strength. And I pray that this video has been a blessing to you. See you next time.